Since we were kids, we've all heard the exact same advice over and over again. Save your money. Don't spend too much. Put it in the bank. Keep it safe. It sounds smart, responsible, and practical. And for a long time, most people believed that was the secret to financial security. But what if that advice is incomplete? Our parents taught us this because that's what they were taught too. They believed saving money meant discipline, safety, and stability. Back then, it worked differently. Life was cheaper. Opportunities were simple, and inflation wasn't hitting people as hard as it does today. And honestly, seeing your savings grow feels good. Watching those numbers go up gives you peace of mind. It makes you feel like you're making progress, like you're moving closer to financial freedom. But sometimes, numbers can be misleading, because while you're focused on saving every dollar, the world around you keeps changing. Prices go up, rent increases, food becomes more expensive, gas prices rise, electricity bills get higher, life keeps getting more expensive, whether you're ready or not. And that invisible force quietly eating your money is called inflation. It's one of the most dangerous financial enemies because you can't see it directly, but you feel it every single day. Every time your money buys less than it used to. Imagine this. You work hard every single month. Long hours, stress, sacrifices, and somehow you manage to save $500 every month. That's not easy. In fact, for many people, that's already impressive. It takes discipline and consistency. After 1 year, you have $6,000. After 5 years, that's $30,000. On paper, that looks amazing. Most people would look at you and say you're financially responsible. And technically, they'd be right. But here's the hidden problem. Your bank might only pay you 0.5% in interest, maybe 1% if you're lucky. That sounds like growth, but in reality, it's barely enough to make a difference. It's slow, too slow. Now compare that to inflation. If inflation is growing at 5% every year and your bank only gives you 1%, you're not actually gaining 4%. You're losing it quietly, consistently, every year. That means the money you worked hard for is losing purchasing power, not the amount itself. The value behind it, the number in your account stays the same, but what it can buy becomes smaller and smaller over time. Think about groceries. $100 years ago could fill your cart. Today, that same amount might only cover half of what you used to buy. Same money, less food. That's inflation in real life. Housing tells the same story. Rent that used to cost $800 can now be $1,500 or more. Home prices keep rising too. And if your money isn't growing with it, you fall behind. This is why so many families feel like they're running in place. They're working harder, saving more, trying their best. But somehow it still feels like it's never enough because the system keeps moving faster than their money. And for many people, this realization comes too late. After decades of working, they finally retire, only to discover that the money they spent years saving isn't enough to support the life they imagined. That's the painful truth. Saving money alone is not a complete financial plan. It protects you, yes, but protection alone doesn't create wealth. Growth does. And if your money isn't growing, time is slowly working against you. This is where most people get confused. They think saving and investing are the same thing, but they are completely different. Saving is protecting your money. Investing is growing your money. And only one of them builds real wealth. When money sits in a savings account, it's basically sleeping. It's safe. Yes, but it's not doing anything. It's not working. It's not growing. It's just waiting. But when money is invested properly, it starts working for you. It gets used to buy assets, things that increase in value or generate income over time. For example, the stock market has historically grown over the long term. Not every year is perfect, but over time, it trends upward. That's where patience becomes powerful. Real estate works the same way. Properties tend to increase in value over time, especially in growing cities. That's why many wealthy people own multiple properties instead of keeping cash idle. Some investments even pay you regularly without selling anything. These are called dividends or passive income. It's money that comes in. While you're focused on other things, And then there's compound interest, the real secret behind long-term wealth. It's simple. Your money earns returns, and those returns also earn returns over time. At first, it looks slow, almost boring. But after years, it becomes exponential. That's why time in the market matters. More than timing the market, even small amounts can grow massively. If given enough time, you don't need to start rich. You just need to start early. And stay consistent. Two people can invest the same amount of money, but the one who starts earlier will almost always end up ahead. Not because they invested more, but because they gave their money more time. This is the power of exponential growth. It doesn't feel impressive at the beginning, but over time, it becomes life-changing. Meanwhile, money sitting in the bank doesn't benefit from this effect. It stays flat while everything around it moves upward. That's where the gap begins to form. So while you're working harder for your income, invested money is quietly growing in the background. That difference creates financial separation over time. Wealthy people don't rely only on active income. They build multiple income streams so that money keeps coming in, even when they stop working. That's the real goal. Not just saving money, but building assets that generate income and grow in value over time. Now let's be clear. Saving money is not useless. You still need it. In fact, it's essential, but it has a specific purpose. Saving protects you from emergencies, unexpected medical bills, job loss, or urgent expenses. Without savings, one crisis can destroy your financial stability. That's why experts always recommend having an emergency fund. It gives you breathing room. When life becomes unpredictable, think of savings as your safety net. It's not there to make you rich. It's there to stop you from falling into financial disaster. The real mistake people make is putting everything into savings and nothing into growth. Balance is the key. A smarter approach is dividing your money, some for safety, some for growth, and some for opportunities. This is how financial systems work. Protection first, then growth. Not one or the other. But most people never reach the investing stage because they never learn how money actually works. Traditional education rarely teaches investing, inflation, or wealth building. That's why most people learn too late. In today's world, financial education is a responsibility. The more you learn, the better your decisions become. Because financial freedom is not about how much you earn. It's about how well you manage and grow what you have. And the first step is breaking the cycle of debt and low financial awareness. Wealth is not built overnight. It's built through small, consistent decisions made over time. Time is either your biggest advantage or your biggest enemy. Depending on how you use it, start early, and time works for you. Start late, and you have to work harder to catch up. This is why long-term thinking is the foundation of wealth building. The goal is not just money. The goal is freedom. Freedom of time, choices, and lifestyle. When your money works for you, you don't have to work endlessly for money. That's the difference between surviving and truly building wealth. So remember this. Saving money is not wrong, but saving alone will never make you rich. If you want real financial freedom, your money must grow, not just sit still.